was, I still can't believe that I'm using the past tense now whenever I talk about him. But anywho, my dad was an absolute dad. He was the most protective. So the most memorable moments I have of my dad are just those wherein he was just my dad. You know, he was my protector, which to many probably appeared funny because I'm not only a certified big child, I'm also the tallest in our family. And there was a time when I was the biggest in our family too. I've been taller than my dad since I was 14. And yet he guarded me like nobody's business. I remember when I was a teenager and I would get calls from certain people. For some reason, Daddy was always there. I don't know if it was his radar working or, you know, God told him to be there by the phone. Ewan natin. But Daddy was not just protective that way. Actually, when I was 24 and I was working for this Korean company in Kanyas, my dad would always come for me every Wednesday after his Bible study in Lipa, Batangas. He would get to my office at 9 p.m. and work for me always ended at 11:40. So that meant he waited for over 2 hours for me to finish my job. And that was because, he could have and should have just gone home since he was tired, but he didn't want his daughter to go home alone, to commute home alone. And it doesn't stop there. I thought this is going to be a little ridiculous. 36 years old, just a few weeks shy of turning 37. I went to the Medellin Sports Center because I wanted to get my health up in preparation for a trip abroad, wherein I wouldn't have my sister or my dad with me. I don't think I had done 10 laps yet. Tingin ko 4 or 5 lang eh. Pero lo and behold, a white-haired man was sitting on one of the benches. And I thought to myself, parang si Daddy siya. Parang si Daddy siya. Could it be Daddy? Ganun ako iniisip ko. I was wearing my glasses, pero syempre hindi ko siya makita ng malinaw. And then as I walked near the area where the benches were, my suspicion turned out to be correct. It was my dad. I was like, Daddy, what are you doing here? It was like, sinusundo kita. Ako hindi pa nga ako tapos mag-walking eh. Anyway, sinusundo nga po ako ng tatay ko. So itinigil ko na yan. Umuwi na kami dalawa. But it doesn't stop there. A year or so after, I told them that I would be going to the bank to withdraw money after work. So bago mag 6 p.m. because I typically finished work early. Bago mag 6 p.m. I went to the bank. So I was standing in front of the ATM. Then I turned sideways. Who did I find there at the corner of the street? It was my dad. And I was like, hala, ginagawa mo dito? And he told me, I followed you very proudly. He was that kind of dad. I miss that the most about him. And actually in recent years, there was a reversal of roles, especially after his stroke. Things weren't as smooth sailing as they used to be, and I had turned into this nagging daughter to keep him from hurting himself. Meron siyang ginagawa, akala niya bata pa siya, and other things. So ako hindi papayag, Daddy, huwag na yan, kami na bahala. And things became very difficult and very different. But despite that, I always said that I'd rather have him with us until the rapture. Clearly, that wasn't God's plan. And I can't question it. All I know now, though, is that there will never be a day for the rest of my life wherein I will not utter to the wind, I love you, Daddy, I miss you so much. And he was such a good man. There's just nobody like him. And I wish he were still here, but he's already where he has always wanted to be with Jesus, his beloved Savior and friend. So, yun po ang may share ko sa inyo na story ako tungkol po sa aking ama. Maraming salamat.